Okay, Elf Cup Blenheim, and it is the 5T car of Daryl Ainsley. Now, Daryl, you didn't do the South Island title last weekend, so obviously you were gearing up for this run. I suppose you didn't want to go up the country twice, huh?
Oh no, I just went camping with the kids, so yeah, sometimes I just had a bit of a break from Speedway for a weekend off. It was good weather, so it's still good.
It's always good weather at Cromwell, though.
Not all the time.
Okay, so tell us, the car, you're still geared up, ready to go, Elf Cup here at Blenheim. How have you traditionally gone at the Elf at Blenheim?
Well, last year, I've only done the one last year and we got rained off after one heat, so I've raced here in the Saloon quite a few times and did pretty well, so yeah, it'll be what it'll be, but we've done a few things different with the car tonight, and hopefully it's going to work for us, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay,
now of course you would have changed the car completely from every other track. I mean, this has got some of the longest straights in Speedway in New Zealand, so what have you done to get it all ready to go?
Oh, we're probably not so much with the gearing. We've get it put taller gears in, so because obviously straights are longer. But we've run a bit more stagger tonight and see how that works. And yeah, we're probably doing a bit of things different. I haven't done all season really. So.
Yeah, sounds good. So tell us, sponsors on the car, you've got a heap of them, so we better give you a bit of a chance to get ready for that, because you do have quite a few, and always good to have sponsors, eh?
Yeah. Well, Golden Gate's my main sponsor, and then Glenn's pretty good to me, and then you got Metro Graphics, who does all my sign writing. BP to go, Cromwell Pier, Cromwell Collision. Who else have I got? Main Freight, obviously, Paul and Debs, and Gary Anderson, and obviously Ainsley Shearing.
Okay, folks, here we are at Eastern States Speedway for the next round of the Elf Cup, and of course it is the man that's travelled one of the furthest distance today. That's the 95 car of Owen Dixon. Now, Owen obviously didn't race the South Island title so last weekend, so you'll be itching to get back in the car, and those improvements that you've made on the car seem to be working quite nicely.
Absolutely. I'm loving it, actually. It's really easy to drive. Let's get her on.
Absolutely. Tell me, what did you do to the car to make it perform way better than what it has over the last couple of seasons?
My wife was going to cut it up, so I basically had to do something, so I started to drive it a bit better. We did a bit of a change in the back, put a long panhard in it, and it just seems to help the car, and it's easy to drive, which is good.
Now, of course, Blenheim Speedway's we're at tonight, and have you had good runs here, or is it one of those tracks that's untested at the moment?
I don't mind it. It's the driest track in the country, but last time I was here it rained, so that's the way it is. All the tracks are the same, they're all pretty good. Yeah, we had a good run in Invercargill, so I'm hoping for another good one here.
Now, of course, you're still inside the top 10, so you'll be looking to try and improve on that. What's the goal that you had for the Elf Cup this season?
It was to finish in the top 10 and hopefully do the North-South, just see how we go.
Absolutely.
Got to do it before I'm too old.
Okay, so you got good sponsors on the car. Who are they?
Mostly Dixon haulage. They seem to have to put a lot of money in. The Auto Centre have been very good to us, and John Lovelady's also been good. So that's pretty much all.
Okay, folks, here we are with Richie Taylor, the 58 car. Now, Richie, fresh off a bit of a battle at the South Island title is probably the best way to describe it, but seems that you've been to this Blenheim track before. You might have a bit of a setup ready to go for tonight?
We've had some decent runs here in the past, yeah, so we're looking forward to tonight, yeah.
Now, tell me, the Gorge is obviously a very well set up car with some of these shorter tracks, but of course Blenheim a little bit different, longer straights, that type of stuff. Do you have the perfect setup for this track?
We've never got the perfect setup, but we're always chasing it. But yeah, we've gone pretty decent here in the past, so yeah, we're pretty confident we'll have everything we need to match anybody we need to.
Now, of course, the track is always a bit of an issue here sometimes, obviously with the hot here today, but a wind sort of drying things off pretty quickly as well. Any reasoning, any ideas of what the track might do?
I believe they got a heap of rain Thursday night, so you can't beat Mother Nature watering the racetrack for you, so I'm hoping enough of that's got down in it, and it'll carry on, come up through the night. So, I mean, it's Blenheim, it's the type of ground that it is, and the heat of the day, it kind of looks like it's going to go slick. It's just a matter of how slick it'll go. So we'll just wait and see what we get and chase the car.
Okay, and you're defending champion for this, the Elf Cup. Where do you sit currently?
I think we're around about 40 points off Ian Burson, who's leading. We're in second. Josh is just a handful of points behind us. I think the top six are within a race win of each other. So yeah, it's tight. There's only tonight and next week to go. So it's anybody's game. So you're just going to have to be on top of it for every time you drive out the gate. You're going to have to be good.
Now, passing points is obviously going to be very important tonight. If you get the opportunity to start off the front, will you choose to go to the back, or will you just make that call and see what the track does?
Make that call when we see what the track does. If it's gone into lockdown and it's a one-lane thing, then you're probably shooting yourself in the foot to run off the back. If it's a track that's going to allow you to come through, then absolutely we'll run off the back. We need every point we can get, and if that's the case, and if we're in a fortunate position to do that, and the track's going to allow it, then yeah, we'll definitely get it.
Okay, well, good sponsor on the car too, Richie. Who looks after you on the machine?
Yeah, well, poor old Fairview Fiberglass has been busy again this week after Nelson. I think he hates me right now. And we got some of the head specialists, of course, are always great, and Mini Dig South Canterbury, and Brenda Taylor House of Travel, Edge Ports Parts and Performance, they help us real good, and Motor Trade Finance from the Timaru branch, they helping us get down the road too. So yeah, we got some good people with us.
All right, some warm-up laps for those boys just to get used to the feel for the track, work out where the traction is. Now we're going to let them go and have some proper fun. Heat 1 underway in just a moment. The Elf Oils Super Saloon Series. Here we go, the revs are coming up. The track is looking absolutely sensational. Here we go, race 1 underway. The Elf Oils Super Saloon Series. Everybody into turn 1. 6C it is, sitting on pole, Kane Lawson. I'm not going to pick anybody too early on because there is super talented depth out there in this field tonight. Oh, somebody's gone way high there, the 34 car by the look of it, of Ray Stewart. Looking for some traction up higher. Don't know whether it really paid off for him. Everybody else is down on the pole line, and oh, I tell you what, if you're listening online tonight, you should be here, because it is 27.5 degrees on a beautiful Marlborough evening. The flags are just fluttering, and these cars are an absolute spectacle of colour. 6C, Kane Lawson leads us over 8.11. Roger Nees at the moment. Paddy North holds third. Number 3 in there is Ian Burson. 58, Richie Taylor is on the charge. Number 34 is not having the best of runs tonight. That is Ray Stewart. He's gone high in a couple of places and can't actually get things to dial in properly. So here we go, everybody through roofline now. Huge amount of black rubber. Oh, Ray Stewart got that, couldn't have got that worse going through roofline that time. Lost a huge amount of momentum. He's got the speed, but the car is just not quite dialed in tonight. The car that's performing to the track beautifully at the moment is Kane Lawson. This man has got probably 150 metres over second place of Roger Nees. Paddy North's just given up third spot to car number 3, which of course is Ian Burson, number 3 in New Zealand. Paddy's given up another spot. That spot, of course, will be to Richie Taylor in the 58C car. Oh, it's a spectacle. 8.11's got it all wrong. Cooked it completely out of roofline there. That, of course, is Roger Nees, and he's lost 2 spots, losing the momentum. So he's now back into third place. Roger Nees it is. The car that is leading this and making it look so straightforward is, of course, Kane Lawson out in front. Number 3 in New Zealand, Ian Burson. And Richie Taylor holding into third place at the moment, 58C. 8.11 the next one. Roger Nees in there in fourth place. Lap times at the moment, Kane Lawson looking the fastest in a 17.8. Keep your eyes on Richie Taylor. This car looks like it's starting to come to the track though. He's starting to get great momentum. Very deep under Ian Burson into brakes going into the Picton ITM corner. Margins at the moment, 2.7 seconds. I'm keen to see if Kane Lawson can hold the speed that he's got, or whether Ian Burson is actually starting to get a little bit of pace on and come through this field. Richie Taylor, a good gap back now to third to fourth place. Fourth, of course, Roger Nees. Richie Taylor comfortably in there in third. No, the margin has only come back by 100th of a second in that last lap, so hardly anything in it whatsoever. Track conditions are it's starting to look like a black billiard table from the commentary box, ladies and gentlemen. It looks absolutely sensational. Very dusty going into turn 3. But Kane Lawson looks like he is going to be the man on the gas tonight in Group 1. Ian Burson still hanging on to second, but Richie Taylor is all over the back of him trying to find a gap in this corridor. We go back to fourth place, probably 100 metres back to car number 8.11, Roger Nees it is, as the white flag comes out now. 1 to go here at Eastern States Speedway. Great pressure coming on from Paul Wright in the 12T car. Paddy North in 46E, and then number 5, Daryl Ainsley, and 34T, Ray Stewart has had a nightmare tonight, right off the back of the group. The win goes to Kane Lawson in 6C, and then number 3 it will be in New Zealand, Ian Burson for second place, Richie Taylor for third. 8-11 of course, Roger Nees, and then 12T it is Paul Wright, followed by Paddy North. Ray Stewart looks like he might have picked up one in that final lap, and number 5, Daryl Ainsley, rounds out Heat 1 of the Elf Oils Super Saloons here at Head Construction, Eastern States.
Okay, folks, here we go. Heat number 1 winner for the Elf Cup, course group number 1. It is the 6 of Kane Lawson. Kane, track conditions a little bit challenging out there, but hey, you're off and gone, and who cares what happened behind you?
Yeah, something like that. Just I'm going to be the one behind the next race, aren't I? So, yeah, the track's really, really slick, and it's as you can see after the Heat 2, it's one lane. So, hopefully we can just get a couple of places on the bottom and see where we end up for the top 8 shootout.
The thing is that you had a good go for those. I mean, it's something that a lot of people didn't have in that race. I mean, even though you're in the lead, you broke away and there was no one who's ever going to catch you. But car itself is obviously feeling okay. You're feeling okay?
Yeah, no, the car was good. Yeah, but we're always like adjusting the car on the run and trying to get faster and faster because at the end of the day, you know, there's a group of probably 5 cars that we've got to beat tonight, and we need to be as fast as them all night. You know, so there's no point just having a slight lead. We wanted to build on it really.
Okay, good result, the South Island title last weekend. You'll be looking to build from that as well?
Yeah, well, if we can come away from here with a podium, we'll be wrapped, you know. But as I say, it's very hard out there, so it's all going to be about the second heat and getting enough points to start as close up as we can in the feature and probably holding your ground. And if you can get a couple on the way, that'll be a bonus.
Sponsors look after you, who?
Riverlands Holiday Park, Mag and Turbo, and GT Radial.
Group 2 of the Elf Oil Super Saloon Series. 2 of these guys parked in the infield already. Unfortunately, Mark Grocott and Paul Berg. So here we go. We've got racing for the first time in Heat 2. 11C it is, starting from pole position. Jason Phillips, 891. Josh Boulton right down on the inside of him. 35 looks like he's got it dialed in this time now. Mark Carey spinning himself in those first warm-up laps. Comfortably sitting in there in 3rd place at the moment. Dry looking track, but it'll have huge amount of traction on it. So Jason Phillips, Josh Boulton, 35, Mark Carey, 492 of Campbell McManaway, followed by 95, which belongs of course to Owen Dixon. 48 rounds it out, Gavin Hill and Jackson Lovelady, tailing Charlie at the moment. All right, still a race order. Josh Boulton looking strong out there, couldn't find his way underneath Jason Phillips in roofline corner though. Mark Carey looks like he's got a lot of speed for a little car. Just got to get it dialed in. Track surface out there looks absolutely sensational. Huge amounts of black rubber being left as these guys slide through the roofline corner here at Head Construction Speedway. 11C still leads this group of Jason Phillips. Josh Boulton is right on his tailpipe, trying to find a way around as they come underneath the Farmlands Gulf Oils commentary tower here tonight. Shane Carey is staying right down low. Lost a little bit of drive out of there. 492 is going to go around the outside of him. Campbell McManaway, can he make it stick? Josh Boulton's got the inside line now to go from 2nd to 1st. Can he make it happen? Josh Boulton up alongside 11C, but he's got the drive out of roofline corner. We have a new race leader. It is Josh Boulton has leapt to the front. 11C in behind him, Jason Phillips. Then we go to Mark Carey. 492 of Campbell McManaway in there. Boy, is this racetrack going to be busy with all these cars out here later in one go. All right, so the race order as they go to the front straight. Josh Boulton, 11C, Jason Phillips, Mark Carey, 492, Campbell McManaway leads. Number 95, which belongs, of course, to Owen Dixon. So Josh Boulton's got it dialed in now. Rest of the field fairly well compressed up. Nobody's brave enough to go up high where the dirt's been thrown in the kick area. It's a little like getting out of the racing line in a sealed track situation. All the marbles from the tyres go up high. But Josh Boulton looking very, very strong out there leading this group. Jason Phillips in 2nd. Mark Carey, Campbell McManaway, 95, Owen Dixon. 48 in there, Gavin Hill, and rounded out by Jackson Lovelady. Josh Boulton, let's look at the time here, an 18.2. So Jackson the fastest out there on the track at the moment. Nobody quicker being held up in traffic at this stage. So Josh Boulton, car doesn't look squirmy, it looks just very, very smooth. All right, it is still car number 11 of Jason Phillips in there in second place. Mark Carey, Campbell McManaway, 95 Owen Dixon. White flag now, 48 Gavin Hill, and Jackson Lovelady rounds up Heat 2 out there at Head Construction Eastern States tonight. All right, checkered flag without any real competition. Josh Boulton across the line. I'm going to give you an idea here. It's going to be 7.5 seconds, I reckon. It's 6.4 seconds between first and second place.
Okay, that was group number 2, heat number 1 for those guys, and the winner of that one was the 891 car of Josh Boulton. Josh, there was really only one person to get past, and you did that on a track that's very, very difficult to pass on.
Yeah, there's no grip out there at all. So, trying. I don't know, we'll see what happens.
What are you going to do? Going to tighten the car up, or are you going to change some tyres, or what are you going to do?
Well, we were pretty tight, so I don't know, we might put a kitchen sink in there with me or something, I have no idea.
Could I suggest you grab your tow truck in your car and pass them like you passed me the other night?
Yeah. Well, don't hold us up on the road, mate. No, so yeah, should probably go good out there, the four-wheel drive.
Absolutely, and of course, a couple of guys are sort of complaining the track slicked right off now. Going to be very difficult to get past. What are the plans? I mean, obviously going to start off near the rear in the next race, but a couple of extra cars to pass as well.
Yeah, that's right. You're starting nearer the back, but it obviously gives you a chance to make up some points. I think we start 7th on the next one. We're all on the same track, so we'll chuck some things out and see what happens.
Cars handling all right? You're okay? Everything's good?
Yeah, car's handling fine. It's a bit cool. The car's running cool. It's running real cold, so we're going to block that radiator off. I just about passed out on the dummy grid. It must be a bit of a wuss, but it's just too hot for me.
It's not just for you, trust me. All right, you got some good sponsors on the card too. Josh, who are they?
As always, we've got Gypsy Royal Stud from Christchurch and Mag and Turbo in Christchurch also.
Mark Carey. Now, Mark, we've had one race already. Track conditions might just suit your car a wee bit here.
Yeah, well, that was awful greasy and slippery, and yeah, absolutely no drive.
What are you going to do to fix that? I mean, obviously there's only a certain amount of things you can do to a car on a track like that. Have you got a bit of a plan A or a plan B?
Yeah, we're taking a bit more stagger out of the car and just generally tighten it up.
Okay, your Elf Cup so far, you've been happy with the way it's gone so far this season?
Oh no, we've struggled really. Don't really know what the problem with me or car, don't know, but it's still good fun.
You still got to get in there to be in it though, don't you?
Yeah, you do, yep.
Okay, so other than that, like you said yourself, you're not sure if it's you, but the car's still handling and motors are going all right?
Yeah, no, car, we haven't really had a lot of car problems really, other than Nelson when we stripped a set of gears, but other than that, the car's been reasonably reliable. But yeah, just struggling with the pace really.
Okay, you've got some good sponsors on the car too. Who are they?
We've got Guthrie Barron, they do our paint for us. Who else we got? Ourselves, and the McManaway Guitar Shop, who repair a few tyres and look after our trailer for us and a few bits and pieces. Not big sponsors, but they all help.
Leaving them out, the number 5 car. It is spectacular looking machine as well. Of course, the bright red colours of Daryl Ainsley it is. Next man out, number 3 in New Zealand, Ian Burson. Ian Burson in the number 3 car. 58, of course, is Richie Taylor. 12 hard on his heels, Paul Wright. We go to the hometown hero of Paddy North in the 46E car. 34, next man out, Ray Stewart. And we round them all up with 8-11 of Roger Nees. Last man out, Kane Lawson, and boy did he give these guys a spanking in the first one. Absolutely ran away with it by probably a good, I'm going to go 10 to 15 car lengths at a guess. I think there was a 6-point-something second margin when the checkered flag fell at the end of the race. So here we go, racing. Look at the fumes come out of these cars. Daryl Ainsley with the whole shot. Richie Taylor's in there as well as 58. He's leaning on Ian Burson. Top 3 cars have sprinted into the distance as they go up through Picton ITM. I thought it was going to be greasy out there, but by God, there's some traction for these methanol munchers. 5T it is, Daryl Ainsley. Ian Burson's now on the other side of the track to where Richie Taylor was on the last lap. Richie still hanging on to second place. They're starting to get themselves sorted out. Indian file. Around they come again underneath the Farmlands Golf Oils Tower. Still number 5, Daryl Ainsley. 58, Richie Taylor. 3, Ian Burson. 34's cooked it. Ray Stewart turned the car completely sideways coming out of turn 1 and 2 here at Eastern States. Very lucky to not be collected by Paddy North in that process. All right, still the same order. Daryl Ainsley. Oh, we got one in the wall. It is number 12. Number 12, high and dry. Paul Wright stuffed it into the wall just past the Transmar Services gate here at Eastern States Speedway. And unless that wheel... No, I think that wheel is taken... no, it's bent in. Bent in, my apologies. I thought we had a missing wheel from the Paul Wright car there for a moment. But we'll get the tow truck down there ASAP and hook that car off. Bad luck indeed for 12, Paul Wright. Didn't see the start of it, but I can see the impact mark just to the left of the right-hand arrow. All right, here we go. 5T it is, still doing the business out there at the moment. It is Daryl Ainsley out in front, Richie Taylor in second place, Ian Burson in third, Paddy North fourth, Ray Stewart fifth, sixth, the man that spanked everybody in the first one, Kane Lawson, and 8-11 Roger Nees rounds out Heat 1. All right, still the machine of Daryl Ainsley leading, Richie Taylor, Ian Burson, Paddy North, Ray Stewart getting it together a bit straighter this time. He had a very, very untidy few laps earlier on in this race. All right, the bright red and black machine of the Ainsley Shearing leads us round here. Pretty much Indian file. Nobody's really having a go at putting a pass down at the moment. Daryl Ainsley leads these guys at the moment with a 0.7 of a second margin. Richie Taylor still in there in the 58 car. Ian Burson still in there in third. No passing whatsoever going on in this race so far. Paddy North holds fourth. The 34 machine, a Ray Stewart in there comfortably. So there's not going to be many extra points for passing in this one. Nobody's made a move at all, to the best of my knowledge. So these guys can pick up 1.5 points for every car they pass during the race. But there's not much of that going on at the moment. All right, so still the 5T car running away with this one at the moment. Daryl Ainsley it is from down in central Otago. 58, still Richie Taylor sitting in there in second place. Ian Burson in there in third. Paddy North, Ray Stewart. Kane Lawson can't get anywhere near the front of where he was in the earlier race tonight. And Roger Nees rounds out this group on the 8-11 car. Well, 17.4 seconds Daryl Ainsley is laying down out there at the moment. Richie Taylor banging down 17.6s, so only 200th of a second slower. They are the fastest two on the track. Now, the only two under 18 seconds. Ian Burson only just over the 18-second bracket, an 18.02. White flag out for Daryl Ainsley now. One to go for him. That's only 17 seconds away from a check-it. Checkered flag at the ready. Daryl Ainsley hasn't put a wheel wrong since the flag went green. And Daryl Ainsley takes the win here at Hib Construction Eastern States. Richie Taylor in there in second place. Ian Burson in there in third. Paddy North hangs on for fourth. 34 is Ray Stewart. Behind him, car number 6 that took the earlier win, Kane Lawson. And 8-11 rounds up that group, Roger Knees.
Okay, folks, here we go. Heat number 2 for group number 1 was the 5 car of Daryl Ainsley from Central Motor Speedway in Cromwell. Daryl off and gone. Nobody could catch you, but it wasn't going to be very easy for anybody to do that anyway, was it?
Oh no, well, ended up I was last in the first race, so I don't know. I wanted to do well, and I thought, well, if I could hold out Richie and Burson, who are probably the two of the top drivers here, I thought I'd do well. I honestly didn't think I would, but I kept waiting. I felt like I was going that slow because of the track conditions, that I was waiting for them to come around and come over top of me, but it never happened. I was very glad to see the white flag, and even more happy to see the checkered flag.
So what's the track doing out there for your car? Is it making it difficult to drive, or you're quite happy with the way it's handling at the moment?
No, I'm real happy with the first heat we struggled, but that heat there we changed a few things, and we haven't even touched it again, and since then we're just going to leave it the way it is.
I wouldn't imagine the track's going to get much better even with the sun going down now.
It probably won't go quite as slick because obviously the heat's gone out of the day now. It actually didn't look too bad out there for that second heat of Group 2, but see what happens.
It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, best of luck. Did you make the pole shuffle?
I don't know yet. Hasn't been. They haven't told us who's in it yet.
Okay. Well, best of luck for the feature anyway.
Thanks, Chase.
So here we go. We are back into the action with Group 2, Heat 2. Have a look at the outside of car number 76. He's got good rub marks on the outside of it, but he's got the camber sorted out by the look of it. Had big issues with the inside front left in the last one, and the camber was all wrong. Right, everybody's gridded up nice and tight by the look of it. Green it is, the throttles go wide open in these Super Saloons, the Elf Super Saloon Series. 48 looks like a great start, rubbing up against Jackson Lovelady a little bit. 48 it is with the lead so far. Gavin Hill. Oh, contact there from Jackson Lovelady. 76 hard down on the pole line, desperate to make up some points after the earlier issues in this race. All right, so Gavin Hill it is, out in front at the moment. Jackson Lovelady in there. Oh, we got one sideways and someone into the side of him. So it is car number 95. I think that'll be Owen Dixon, unfortunately, with 2 NZ. Mark Grocott parked in the side of him. So Mark, another one that unfortunately didn't start Group 1, Heat 1 earlier on. So he'll be desperate to try and make up some points. We've had a pretty good run so far. So 48 sitting on pole position. Gavin Hill it is. Behind him, Jackson Lovelady. 76, Paul Berg. 492, Campbell McManaway in the beautifully prepared blue and black car. 891, Josh Boulton. Mark Carey and 11. Jason Phillips round out the field here tonight for the Elf Oils. Heat 2, Race 2. Here we go. All right, everybody through roofline cleanly. 492, Campbell had to jump on the brakes hard there to avoid the back of Paul Begg. Up into turn 3 and 4 now through Picton ITM, and oh, Paul Begg's had is that dust or smoke? No, I think it's dust. Just popped the wheel down on the inside of the pole line, kicked up a heap of dust by the look of it. So 48's looking real strong. Gavin Hill out there at the moment. Doesn't look like anybody's going to run with him in too much of a hurry. Oh, listen to this thing of Paul Beggs is just doing huge wheelies out of the Picton ITM corner. Jackson Lovelady still comfortably in there in second place. Paul Begg's got it oversteer, and I think he got that straightened up. Compliments of 891, Josh Boulton. Otherwise, he would have lost the front end and gone round completely. Big puffs of smoke from Paul Begg's car as he gets through turn 2 and 3. 76 car, very, very loose through the corners. I don't think the track is coming to it at all. There's definitely a wheel rubbing there somewhere because there's huge tyre smoke through the corners. Huge tyre smoke. All right, 48 out in front. It is still Gavin Hill leading things at the moment. Jackson Lovelady in there in second place. 492 it is. Campbell McManaway in third. We go to Josh Boulton on 891. Paul Begg, then Mark Carey. All right, so 48 banging out 18.4 seconds at the moment with a 1.9 margin lead. All right, going to try and get a whiff of this smoke as Paul Begg goes past. Can't tell whether it's oil smoke or tyre smoke. It's worse in the corners, so you would certainly expect it to be a wheel rubbing on panel work somewhere, is my guess. The 76 car. Very, very bad two-turn boy. No, I'm going to take a punt and say that is possibly oil smoke from Paul Begg's car. Hard to pick the way the wind is tonight, but we'll see if it goes the distance. So here we go, 48 still leading this race. Gavin Hill it is, well and truly in control. Jackson Lovelady has a spot taken off him by Callum McManaway. So these boys are racing hard and fast for second, third and fourth place respectively. Jackson Lovelady, Campbell McManaway. Two abreast, they go down into roofline. Definitely getting the odd whiff of oil smoke up here in the commentary box, so I do think 76 has got a motor problem. White flag out now. 48 it is, race leader Gavin Hill. The battle is on for second. It is Campbell McManaway up there into second place now. Jackson Lovelady and then Josh Boulton is the order of things. Checkered flag coming up now for Gavin Hill is going to take the win. Pretty much unchallenged in this one. A well-deserved win indeed. Second place is going to be anybody's, but it goes to Campbell McManaway. Jackson Lovelady in there in second place, and then Josh Boulton rounds out the top four. Mark Carey hangs on to fifth place. The very, very smoky Paul Begg in car number 76 takes out what I think is sixth. And 11C comes home. Jason Phillips at the tail end of what was a sensational Elf Oils Group 2, Heat 2. Race 12 here tonight at Head Construction, Eastern States Speedway.
Okay, folks, here we go. Heat number 2 for group number 2. And the winner was the 48 car from Christchurch, Gavin Hill. Now, Gav, it hasn't been an easy road getting here, has it? Of course, the car needed a bit of a rebuild with a bit of help from Shane McIntyre from Hypermac. You put together a very, very good-looking package.
Yeah, pretty much after Nelson last week, I pretty much wanted to pull the pin, to be honest. He talked me around and said he'd come up on Friday and spent the whole day with Mike, and then I turned up a little later after work, and we worked till 11. It was 11 every night this week on the car, and it's a good feeling to get out there and get a result.
Now, of course, I mean, you've always had really good potential, but seem to get involved in other people's mistakes, so to speak. So, like you said, it must be a good feeling going forward. Feature to come up, perhaps a bit of a shot at the top 8 shootout as well. What's the plan?
Well, the plan for the first race was just to finish, because I haven't done that in the first race for a while in an Elf Cup, so didn't really do a lot there. Then obviously knew I had a chance if I could get past Jackson off the start, that I could win this race and then put me into the pole shuffle, and I have got a reasonably good result on those in the past, so we've got a good amount of horsepower, and it's only 2 laps, so anything can happen.
Okay, I do see a little bit of oil leaking out of the diff. Anything to worry about?
Just the screw came out. Too busy working on everything else, didn't do the maintenance stuff. Okay, well, that happens, doesn't it? Okay, so good sponsor on the car too, Gav. Who are they? Okay, the sponsor's a good one. Obviously me, HPE, we do engines and stuff, and Brown and Patterson. Yes, Brown and Patterson Painting. They've done lots of painting this year. Patterson Brothers Tyres. Obviously Shane helps us out a lot. Yeah, I think that's about it.
It's mag wheel sale time at Mag and Turbo. We've got 14-inch mags for $99, 15-inch mags $129, and 17-inch mags from $169. Finance is available, but only from Mag and Turbo.
At Hamner Holiday Homes, they pride themselves on offering accommodation solutions to suit almost any budget. Only a short 95 minutes from Christchurch, tucked away beneath the mountains, is Hamner Springs, a nature's wonderland. Whether you're looking for a home the whole family can enjoy, have a barbecue and let the children play free, or a quiet hideaway for 2 in a peaceful retreat, from the larger house to the small, Hamner Holiday Homes offer it all. HamnerHolidayHomes.com. Book now.
Hi, I'm Scott Williamson and welcome to X Factor Cars. Family owned and operated with 2 locations, Invercargill and Cromwell. specialising in everything V8 from Holden Ford, HSV, FPV, and with Southland's biggest selection of American muscle, we've got most bases covered. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Get the X Factor.
Okay, folks, here we go. 492 Campbell McManaway, the big Hypermac Ford Mustang, the can-do fishing car. And Campbell, it looks pretty difficult out there. You did hold your own in that last race, though. It looks like you might have pipped for a second spot there.
Yeah, the track's very challenging. It's very slick. No drive to go around someone on the outside. It's very takes a while. You just got to be lucky to be able to get past them without getting in the too slick, you know.
It'll be patience that'll be a virtue in this particular meeting, won't it?
That's all, patience. Don't put your foot down too much, you'll just wheel spin. There's no drive on the track.
Now, have you made it through? I suppose you don't know if you made it through to the top 8 yet, but have you got a bit of a plan for the feature anyway?
Yeah, I'm fourth. I'm fourth in points, so I'll be in the pole shuffle, so that's good.
It is good, isn't it? And of course, you know, like I say, have you got a set up for the feature? What are you going to do with it to try and get it to hook up?
No idea.
You're not helpful when you're doing a TV interview.
We'll try and keep the rubber on the track and without wheel spin, and we'll go forward.
Okay, good sponsor on the car too, Campbell. Who looks after you?
It's Can-Do Fishing, best kinners in New Zealand, Fast Blast, Dowie Contracting, and of course the pits.
Drivers placed 8th to 7th on points, challenge over the first 2 laps, with the defeated driver starting from grid 8. The winning driver is then challenged by the 6th place driver, with the defeated driver starting from grid 7. The shuffle continues until grid 3 through to 8 are decided, and the winner of the final race to decide the front row has lane choice for the feature. So not only does it look exceptionally cool and happen exceptionally fast, ladies and gentlemen, it plays a huge part in the feature tonight as to where these guys start from. 750 horsepower these guys are turning out with these 434 cubic inch motors. So it looks very much like Ian Burson and Mark Carey head to head for a start.
Okay, so we go. Green flag is away. 5, Daryl Ainsley goes round the outside, going up into 1 and 2. Looks like the 35's having a good fight back here. Of course, this track's not too much of a horsepower track today, but it looks like the 35 of Mark Carey, he's got it going beautifully here. Has a wee look down the inside, coming off 3 and 4, and he puts the nose in front. White flag comes out. The Mark Carey Contracting home-built chassis. He'll come out of turn 2, heads down the back straight. The Hypermac fight back's going to happen up between 3 and 4. Ainsley goes up nice and high. Good one to start. A little bit too high. Just about finds the wall. Mark Carey, he'll get the checkered flag and away for him. So fantastic result for the Guthrie Barron Mark Carey Contracting car of Mark Carey.
What's been happening in the air-conditioned van down there tonight? Banging out some awesome production stuff.
We might have to get some air conditioning up here for you, I reckon.
It's cooled down tonight. It's 23 in here. I did it here the other night in 34. Yeah, that was a bit puffy.
Right, so we look here, green gets dropped, and this time round it's the 48 car of Gavin Hill. After a bit of a horror run at the South Island title at Nelson Speedway, him and the Hypermac man himself, Shane McIntyre, fantastic job to get this thing up and ready for racing. He's got it in the lead at the moment. 35 Mark Carey might have a bit of a wheel over the pole line there, but he might get away with it because no advantage at this stage. The white flag comes out. Out of turn 2 they go, head down the back straight. 48 Gavin Hill's got the HPE Hypermac thing dialed in beautifully. Patterson Brothers tyres obviously on the side of his machine as well, and here he comes now into the front straight, and it will be 48 Gavin Hill. He's went down and interviewed him just before, and he was absolutely loving the fact that the car's back in the getting the checkered flags again. It's now the 6th car. This, of course, is Kane Lawson, and Kane himself has not had a good run leading up to the South Islands last weekend, where he got a podium finish. He got a 3rd spot there, and he was absolutely stoked. That's all he's looking for tonight, is to get one of those podium spots. He's up against Gavin Hill now. Kane Lawson's got the inside line, the Mag and Turbo, a Riverland sponsored car. Has a wee look down the inside. It's the Hypermac duo as they head down the back straight up into ITM turn 3 and 4, and looks like though Gavin Hill might have his nose in the front again. This is a good run coming from Gav. He'll go across the start finish line, 1 to go. Right up his diff though is the 6 of Kane Lawson. Lawson has a wee look down the inside, got closed off pretty quickly by 48 Gavin Hill as they make their way up into 3 and 4. Look at the car of 6 Kane Lawson. He's got nothing for him, and it will be 48 48 Gavin Hill. He'll cross the line. We went down into the pits before, and this thing was leaking oil out of the diff. It just had lost a bolt with all the work that's gone on in the car over the last couple of days to get it for this event. They overlooked the fact that he had a missing bolt out of come off during a race, so the last race there. But he's now joined by another Hypermac car, and it is the 492 car of Campbell McManaway. Needs no introduction, this man. Can do fishing, ex-super stock driver. He doesn't like to be referred to as super stock driver now that he's racing a super saloon, but he's got the inside line. 48 Gavin Hill's got the jump on him nicely, and didn't quite see whether that was a good start, but here comes Can Do car having a wee look down the back straight, but nothing for him at the moment. Gap's opened up to about a length and a half. Car length and a half, back to 492 Campbell McManaway. White flag comes out. Gavin Hill's going to be the big winner here. He's already gained 3 spots because obviously the way that this works is these guys are facing for the top 8 positions in the feature race coming up a little bit later on, and we'll get the top 8 fastest cars now as the checkered flag comes across the 48 car. Well, Gavin Hill will take the win there, so he's gained up a few spots. McManaway will start off at about 6th or so, 5th or so. Out comes the in-house Tate's Deb the Webster. It is another Hypermac. It is the 3NZ car of Ian Burson, and Burson really been dialed in. He's probably been the form driver so far this season. He's hoping he's hit form at the right time with the New Zealand champs just a few weeks away at Miami Speedway. He's got the inside line. Green drops. Gavin's got him dialed in though. Very different track for these guys. 3NZ and Burson as we look down the inside, side by side stuff now as they head down the back straight. Couple of big donkeys in these two, that's for sure. HPE car of Gavin Hill's obviously an engine builder. Burson's made a mistake coming out of 4, and that'll have Gav to get right up behind him, but he hasn't got an answer for him at the moment. Gavin Hill is the 3NZ car of Ian Burson now opens up about to maybe 3 car lengths now, back into that second position of 48 Gavin Hill. So Gav's done a good job, but he's put himself up nearer the front, and the more up the front you get, the less trouble you can stay out of, that's for sure. Checkered flag will drop, the big flames poking out of the side of the 3NZ car. Now we move on to our next man, and this was obviously the battle for maybe 2nd and 3rd positions in the 20-lap feature race coming up a little later on, and this man's been very quick here this evening at Eastern States Speedway. It is the 891 car of Josh Boulton. And Josh, a fantastic driver. Once again, Hypermax, 2 Hypermax there. As the green flag drops, the 891 car goes straight to the lead. And they head down the back straight. 3NZ in-house, Tate's car of Ian Burson having a wee challenge now as they make their way up into 3 and 4. 891, Josh Boulton. He's got the Gypsy Royal Stud. BRT guys looking after him. White flag comes out. He's been very quick, 2nd at the South Islands, 2nd at the round of the Alf Cup that was held at Invercargill not so long ago. This man is beautifully dialed in as of late as he makes his way up into turn 3 and 4. He'll come off 4, just a length of the front straight to go, and he will take the win. 891 Josh Boulton. Very quick this process, isn't it, Fuggles?
Gets him out of the way real quick. Huge thank you going out to Deb Webster and Mike Perro Real Estate, of course, our sponsor of the Pole Shuffle.
Okay, we go over to the 58 car, the only car that's not a Hypermac, I think, apart from Mark Carey's. It is a Gorge chassis, and of course the chassis manufacturers of these things are just as important as the drivers themselves, but the Gorge, that's what he's got. He's on the outside. Josh Bolton's chosen the inside line. 58 Richie Taylor's gone nice and wide up between 1 and 2. He'll get the momentum, and he'll put his car in the lead quite nicely, but Josh a little bit better under brakes going up into turn 3 and 4 now. They come off that turn 4, a little bit slow coming off 4 was Richie Taylor. White flag comes out. Josh has closed it up to about 1.5 as they make their way up into 1 and 2 now. Head down the back straight. It is nothing in it at the moment, and looks like Richie might have a little bit more drive as he comes off down that back straight, but Josh Bolton's going to look nice and high. Makes no difference anyway. Oh, should be a close one here. Oh, I tell you. Oh, what do we do here? Oh, I would have to say the lap scoring's lying to us as well. I wouldn't have a damn clue. I think it might have been Josh Boulton just on the outside, and our lap scoring hasn't done anything for us.
All right, we're just discussing the merits of whether Gavin Hill, car number 48, where he's going to start. Because there is extra points up for grabs. No, looks like he's going to the front of the field along with Josh Boulton. There is extra points up for grabs. Normal motorsport, you finish first, you get the most points, and the points scale back down through the results. But of course, in the Self Series Super Saloons, you get extra points, 1.5 points for every car you pass. Here we go, revs are building. Green it is this time. Can we get everybody through the first couple of corners here at the Alfoils Super Saloon Series? All right, everybody through roofline cleanly for the first time tonight. It's what we like to see. 25 laps of hard racing coming as these guys spread out a little bit. It'll get busy. Boulton, Ian Burson. Oh, somebody spin. We've got a car. It's your uncle. So we've got chaos down there in roofline. Was that Ian?
Not Ian there. There's a flat tyre to Roger Knees. It looks like it's Jason Phillips from Christchurch and the two Cromwell boys of Paul Wright and Ray Stewart. So at least we got through a lap though.
Still a beautiful 22 degrees outside here in Heb Construction Eastern Speedway. Here we go, revs building. Out of the corner they come, single file. Josh Boulton, Ian Burson it is. 48, Gavin in there. 492 as well, the man from the deep south. All right, they look like they've spread themselves out just a little bit. Hopefully we won't get too much argy-bargy dust pouring off the track here at Heb Construction Speedway. I think we might even see some of these boys start going up high shortly. It looks like there might be a little bit of traction. Josh Boulton's got it nailed at the moment. Ian Burson it is in there in second place, car number 3. Oh, a little bit of a tap as the boys went through Picton ITM there. So Josh Boulton, Ian Burson it is in there in second place. 492 of course is young Mr McManaway. Oh, just about contact. Ray Stewart jumps back out onto the track in the 34 car. He's had a shocker tonight here at Eastern States. So Josh Boulton looks like he's getting this car dialed into the track. Ian Burson it is comfortably sitting in there in second place. Then we go to Campbell McManaway in there in third from Central Otago. All right, 4 laps into it. Not even quarter distance yet. Top 5, look like they've got a bit of pace on. Here we go, Ian Burson trying to go around the outside of our race leader, Josh Boulton. He can't make it happen in the Picton ITM corner. He's trying down the inside now. There's a little bit of rubby-dubby going on there. Paddy North lost a huge amount of speed through roofline there. So for the local followers, Paddy North up there in top 5 or 6 position at the moment. All right, so Josh Boulton, Ian Burson, Campbell McManaway in there in third place. We go back to 48 as Gavin Hill in 5th place. Paddy North rounds out the top 6. Good clean racing now. There's a little bit of rubbing going on out in front. Josh Boulton's not going to let Ian Burson come around the outside easily. All right, out of Picton ITM they come. The dust is hanging heavy in the air tonight. There's not much breeze. Ian Burson trying everything he can to find his way around the outside of Josh Boulton, but it's a very, very wide race car, 891. Rest of the field looks like they're sorting themselves out. A little bit of push and shove down the back here, but everybody's clean at the moment. Oh, he's done it. Ian Burson round the outside of Josh Boulton. Down into roofline corner. Here we go. Let's see how well this car's going to hook up now. He's in front. Ian Burson, new race leader now. The number 3 car in New Zealand. Right round the outside of Josh Boulton down here in roofline. Oh, I've got one spun up on the far side there. He's going to rejoin in the gap in the traffic. All right, so race order now. Ian Burson, Josh Boulton, Campbell McManaway hanging on to third place. The dust's starting to get pretty hard, Gabe. Can you see through it?
Oh, I can just see through it. I can't see up 3 and 4 though. That's pretty thick.
Well, she's action aplenty here tonight at Eastern States, that's for sure. Huge thank you to the sponsors. Could have done with a little bit more moisture maybe, but these things with 25 laps, boy, they pull the moisture out of the track. Well, coming out of 4 now is anybody's guess, to be honest. Ian Burson still in control of it. Car number 3 over Josh Boulton. Campbell McManaway, Gavin Hill, Keep your eyes on number 6. He's starting to come up through the field now. Kane Lawson. Paddy North's gone back one spot from Kane Lawson by the look of it. Lap 14, we've just gone past the halfway mark, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Burson's looking pretty strong out there at the moment. So Josh Boulton hanging in for second place. But it's certainly looking, Ian Burson looking pretty strong out there at the moment. But someone's gone to the infield. That, of course, is Owen Wilson in the 95 car, so bad luck for him. Well, conditions, I don't think we've seen them quite this dusty here before. Where's Burson? All right, there's our race leader underneath the Gulf Oils Farmlands Tower now. Ian Burson it is in car number 3. 891, still Josh Boulton hanging in there just ahead of Campbell McManaway. Gavin Hill's on the move, car number 48. Keep your eyes on him. Lap times wise, still the fastest man on the track is Ian Burson out in front, but they're starting to come into traffic, and Gabe, this can make or break your night, the traffic.
Oh yeah, traffic's probably the worst thing you want to see as Paul Burke hits there, Mark Carey out on 3 and 4. Yeah, it's just the worst thing to see when you're in the lead lap cars, so hopefully he doesn't run into too much as Jason Phillips goes off.
Yeah, bad luck for Jason Phillips here, contact down the back, but oh, another one there. Paul Eggs it was, I think, another contact into the side of Mark Carey, so numbers are dropping rapidly. What have we got? 18, 7 laps to run. Ian Burson's through all that traffic safely. Like you say, traffic can be the worst thing you can come up to when you're this far out in front. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars on the infield after starting with a full field tonight. So Ian Burson ticks off another lap. That makes 25 to go. Can he hang on to it? Driving some sensational lap times out there tonight, these guys, and it's been relatively clean racing. It's been a little bit of panel rubbing, but we've tried to keep it honest. The boys were told at briefing to keep it straight. Ian Burson had a big job finding his way around Josh Boulton, but I'll tell you what, Gabe, he hasn't run away from Josh by any means.
Nah, it's very unlikely, and so obviously the tracks are slicking off though, but the man to watch right now is Richie Taylor on the 58, went to the back, got the extra points, and he's all the way up there as there's a spin just out of 4, and it looks like it might be the 34 Ray Stewart, so not a good night for old Ray there.
Lights out, here we go, 3 to go here tonight at Eastern States, the last 3 laps. The Elf Oil Super Saloon Series goes to Woodford Glen next weekend, but here we go, 3 to go. 47 seconds of racing coming at you. Oh, he's got a nice clean jump so far, Gabe, by the look of it.
Yeah, he's got a nice jump there. May have jumped the start, but or Josh may have been slow on the pedal, but definitely a big gap now for Burson as 2 laps to go, or 2 laps to go.
Yeah, it's what you want, just that little bit of a safety margin. You want to be able to drive your race looking out the front of the car, not have to drive it super defensively and looking in the mirror all the time. So Ian looks like, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on this, but I'm pretty sure we'll be looking for a white in a couple of laps' time. Josh Boulton's still in there in second place. Who knows, we might get another yellow before this race finishes yet. All right, here we go. What do we got? White flag, 1 to go for Ian Burson out in front at the moment in the number 3 car. Josh Boulton rolls in second. Campbell McManaway hanging on to third, and I honestly think that's the way it's going to finish as Paddy gives Josh Lawson a tap. But here we go. Get ready to put your hands together. The 25 lapper here tonight at Heb Construction Speedway. Ian Burson takes it out. Josh Boulton, a very, very close second place. Campbell McManaway in there in third. Then we go back to Gavin Hill. Richie it is, and Richie Taylor in the 58 car. Paddy North, I think, finishing in there in 7th place at the end of a very, very action-packed race.
Okay, folks, here we go. 3rd spot for the Elf Cup, of course, the Blenheim round was this man here, the 492 car of Campbell McManaway. Now, Campbell almost makes it worthwhile coming, 1,200 k's up the road to get on the podium.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been on the podium, so just great to be part of the Elf Cup and be able to pass the odd good car on the outside. So that was a real good buzz.
Now, of course, that was the key to it all, really, wasn't it? I mean, you started off grid position, 4 or 5, maybe 6 even.
Started 5.
You started 5. You passed Gavin Hill, he's been going very well all night. So obviously that's fantastic result for you, knowing you can get around the outside of those guys. But those other two, just a little bit more in the tank than what you had.
The track had sort of gone off a wee bit then. I thought there was a wee bit of a drive in the track at the start, so that's why I had to make my move early. And then we just got into a rhythm of going round and round because the track was all gone. So you just had to hang on. There was a few ruts. Try not to get in them. I got in one. So yeah, just keep going round. Hopefully the checkered flag come out and you're still there. Matt Adam, the guy that sets the car up, and he's just learning all the time. I got a great crew. Cam, who else we got? Robin. And Lindsay, of course. Lindsay straps me in and cleans the car and does everything for me.
Okay, folks, here we go. Second place for the Elf Cup, and it's been a season of seconds, especially this part of the season. Josh, what are you going to do to get first, bud?
I have no idea, mate. Like I said, bridesmaid all day. But, hey, we won the pole shuffle. I'm happy with that.
Well, I mean, the other side of the coin too is that, it's not, the man that passed you has obviously, done a lot of laps around here as well, and, he sort of had maybe a little bit of a better setup, and he said it was do or die.
Yeah.
So clearly he was had one intention, but I suppose, you put the car in the trailer. A couple of guys haven't been able to do that tonight. Must be happy with the result, full stop.
Absolutely. I mean, you're racing the best guys, so you get passed by the best. Who cares?
What are you got to do though to pick it up, Josh?
Well, I think we're lacking a little bit of drive off on the turn. The car really tightened up towards the end of that race on me. We've got to figure out why that did that. We were running some different shocks in the front that we've never run before. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. We'll go home and scratch our heads and have a guess for next time. I
mean, let's be honest though, it was going to be a difficult race anyway. The track conditions weren't favourable for Super Saloon racing anyway, and I suppose to be on the podium in itself is a pretty massive feat.
Yeah, hey, I'm stoked. We've been on the podium every round now for Elf. Can't complain about that. The track was a little tricky, but everyone was on the same, on the same deal.
Okay, folks, here we are. It's Eastern States Speedway, and of course, this man here won the race. It is, of course, the feature race for the Elf Cup. Burst, mate, it was never going to be easy. You had a very fast car in front of you. Patience paid off. Get the win.
Yeah. Basically, you had to wait for Josh to make a mistake, to make a move, and he was unfortunate. He hit one bump in the track and upset him, and then that gave me a chance. I tried up the inside a number of times, but it just wasn't on. So I was happy to stay a second, but then the opportunity arose for the pass, so it was like, I'm taking this, because if I don't, you sort of, if you don't, you'll never know.
Now, did you come out of this leading the Elf Cup still?
I was just looking at the points then. It's 50 odd points ahead, so we've actually gained 10 tonight, or 12 or 14 or something over Richie. So it's no buffer. It's only the matter of having a flat tyre or missing a race, and him maybe starting off the back next week as well. But at the moment we are winning, but she's definitely still game on.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations on the win. Good sponsors on the side of the car. They're happy to get there. Who are they?
Most of all, we've got Debbie the Webster. She's my Pura Real Estate. She's from Blenheim, based in Blenheim. So, thankful for her support. In-house developments, Tate's New Zealand, Hydrolink, Design Art Signs, Tony's Engineering, AT Electrical. Who else we got? Brooks Auto Painters. He takes care of the looking pretty bit. And Design Art.